In this video, we're going to be looking at how you calculate the lengths of either secants or tangents when you have one of each. These are similar to ones we've done before. We have a tangent on the outside, and what you want to remember is every one of these segments over here starts at this point of intersection. So our intersection point is E, so again it's E to C, the outside part, times the whole thing E to D, which means you're going to need to add EC and CD together. And then on the other side it equals the tangent squared. Alright, EA, and then basically you have two segments over here. The two intersection points on the circle became the same thing. So EA times EA. So let's look at a couple of examples. So on this one, our tangent is our 31. So we're going to do 31 squared. And that equals the outside part of this one, which is the 20. And then we're going to multiply that by the length of the whole segment. So we have to add the part inside the circle. So we add the chord, the x, plus the piece on the outside. So plus 20. And then that's what we are going to solve. So 31 squared is 961. So we have 961. And that equals, we're going to distribute the 20, so we get 20x plus 400. And we got to solve that for our x. So subtract the 400, so we have 561 equals 20x. And then divide 561 by 20. So we get that x equals 28.05. And the one on the right, we're going to do the same thing. So it's our tangent squared. So 12 squared equals our outside part, which is our x. Now on this one, we don't have to add together because the 16 is the entire secant segment. So we're just going to multiply that by 16. So we get 144 equals 16x. So to solve for x, we are simply going to divide by 16. So x is going to equal 9. So tangent squared equals outside part times whole thing. Here we had to add them together because the x was the inside, 20 was the outside. So the whole thing we had to add these together. Over on this one on the right, the 16 is the whole entire secant segment, so we don't have to add them together this time. Alright, so what you're going to do is you are going to pause your video, do these two questions and check them. And then you have two more, so after each one, pause the video, do the problem, and then check. Alright, so on this one, our tangent is our x squared. So our x is our tangent here, and it's the outside part, the 8, times the whole thing, 8 plus 18. So x squared is going to equal, our parentheses are 26. 26 times 8 is 208. And then our last step is going to be to take the square root of 208. So you should get x equals 14.4. Alright, on the one on the right, our tangent is 6. So 6 squared equals the outside part, the x, times the whole thing, so I have to add the x and the 9 together. 36 equals x squared plus 9x. Alright. This one you would have to factor to solve. So x squared plus 9x minus 36 equals 0. We're going to leave that one there. All right, for this one, our tangent is x squared. Our outside part is 8. Our whole thing is 6 plus 8, so 14. So x squared equals 112. We're going to take the square root of that. So x equals 10.58. And our last one, tangent is 16. It equals our outside part, 12, times our whole secant, x plus 12. So 16 squared is 256. Distribute over here, so 12x plus 144. Solve for our x. So we need to subtract our 144, which leaves us 112, and then divide by 12, and x equals